Tejashree is getting us more details also on their Instagram chat with a friend of hers. Tejashree was reporting on how she wanted to give a piece of news to her friend. Dude, I've got news is what she says. After that, doesn't really say anything. And that, unfortunately, turned out to be Shraddha Walkar's last message. Tejashree, I was asking you about the last message of Shraddha Walkar, this information that we have with us right now, in which she tells a friend of hers, dude, I have news, but then doesn't say anything. The friend, of course, is left wondering what has happened to Shraddha, also gets worried at one point in time.
Right. Yes, absolutely. This is the last day chat of 18th of May. This is the same day, Sneha, when Shraddha was murdered. And what she said before the murder, she was not knowing that this will be probably her last day of her life and then she will be murdered in such a brutal manner. But what were her messages? India Today has accessed the latest and, the exclusive Instagram chats with her friend on the condition of anonymity. She writes to her friend on 18th of May, and I will read it for our viewers, that, dude, I have got the news. I have got super busy with something. But what is this news? What is the news that Shraddha was talking about? Was she talking about Aftab's harassment? Was she talking about the complaint that she might have been filing to the police on the same day? Or she might have been complaining about something else that Aftab was doing with her? There are several questions raising on this particular message that I have got the news. But on the same day, Shraddha's friend replied to her text asking that, what's the news? What's the update? What are you talking about? But Shraddha, unfortunately and sadly, could not reply to this text message because she was murdered by her live-in partner. So now what happened is that the same friend tried to contact Shraddha for several days, but Shraddha was neither picking up the phone nor responding to her messages. These are the messages that we are showing exclusively only on India Today. So now what happened was the same friend texted Aftab. Aftab said, she texted Aftab asking that, dude, what is happening? Why are you not responding? Neither Shraddha is responding. Please ask Shraddha to call me. And why he said this? Because Shraddha was not responding to the calls. When we spoke to the friend told that it never happened as such that Shraddha never spoke to me. Shraddha was the one who spoke to me, gave me the each and every latest updates, and we usually used to have telephonic conversation once in a week, any time. But then this time months passed by and he was not having any contact with Shraddha. So that is was the reason that he texted Aftab. And after texting Aftab, he asked him that what has happened. Aftab did not respond to the messages, and then then the same friend called Aftab. He made 2 calls. Now Aftab saw the messages, but Aftab did not respond to the calls. Now to this, again on the 24th of September, the same friend texted Shraddha and asked her that what has happened, where the hell are you, why are you not responding? So can you see the anxiousness and the worriness and the message that where the hell are you? This shows that he must have been trying Shraddha several of times, but unfortunately Shraddha could not respond. But what the surprising fact over here is, on 24th of September, when the message was sent that where the hell are you, what are you doing, why are you not responding to my messages, the messages were seen, Sneha, and still she was not responding. So now what does it show? That the messages were read clearly by Aftab, because it has been proven that Aftab was the one who was using Shraddha's phone, Shraddha's Facebook, Shraddha's Instagram and Shraddha's social media accounts to show that yes, Shraddha is alive. And that is why he saw the messages but did not respond to them.
Saw those messages but did not respond, and he had access to all of Shraddha's accounts, including her bank accounts. Also, Tejashree, you are in fact at Mehrauli. Give us a sense of how the police is going to be looking at this complaint letter that we have also accessed, in light of the fact that this man continues to also be evasive. The lawyer has clearly gone on to even say that just because he said in a court of law that it happened in the heat of the moment could mean many things, doesn't really mean that he's admitted to killing Shraddha.
See, when we spoke to a Supreme Court advocate yesterday, he said that heat of the moment, this word does not play very much importance in the court of law, because this is not the statement given by Aftab. He had just said in this in the court of he has just said in this while the hearing was going on. But now, as of now, what we are learning is yesterday the FSL happened and the narco test can happen any time from now. But what we are learning as of now is that police will be focusing more on the scientific evidences, because what the Supreme Court advocate also told, that Aftab is changing his statements day by day. Now Aftab is saying that it happened because of the heat of moment. Few days back he said that it happened just because I was not in my senses, I had taken some kind of alcohol, drugs maybe. But then these kind of changing statements will weaken the case of Aftab itself. But what the most important thing is that he had planned all these things. A criminal mind will always plan all these things, and that is why all these things will not weaken the case, but it will definitely derail the case. It will delay the investigation, and that is why he is giving such kind of information. Yesterday one more information came, Sneha, in which we have shown that how he was, planning everything, and we found, the police and the investigation team also found a mapping structure at his residence, at his flat in Chhatarpur, where it was mentioned that how he will be dumping off, how will be throwing all the parts of her body at several parts in Mehroli forest and in Maidan Gadi as well. So that means he had something pre-planned in his mind. So if something is pre-planned, Sneha, how can someone say that it happened because of heat of the moment? So police and the court can question on him on the same line, that if it happened on the heat of the moment, then how these things were planned? Why did you get a map? How can you get a nail and a hammer? How can you get a weapon to cut her body into body parts? How can you get a 30-liter refrigerator for the same?